If you like this video, make sure to visit our Vimeo page and follow us to get the latest update.
So yesterday we have created the company and we discussed about how the company is going to work and everything. Okay, so the currency which we have assigned to the company, we discussed about the company currency, which is called as the global company currency. Okay, any doubt here? Anybody has any doubt? And also we discussed about the global currency types. Okay, 60 is going to be called as the global company currency, which is standard SAP defined. Okay, it is not a user defined, it is the standard SAP defined currency over here. Okay, the next currency, very important here. Okay, so once you created the company, now let me create a company code now. Okay, so company code is also very important. Okay, without the company code, the transactions cannot be updated. Okay, company code. What is the company code? I told that company code is a legal entity. Company code is a legal entity. Once you define the company code, you should never change the company code or you should never delete the company code. It is a golden rule of SAP. No, do not change or do not delete the company code. As a golden rule of SAP, it's very clearly telling company code is a legal entity. Company code is a legal entity. For one company, you can have multiple company codes. For one company, you can have multiple company codes, but one company code cannot be assigned to multiple companies. No, is the vice versa. Company codes can be assigned to company. Company codes can be assigned to one company. Means if you have multiple company codes, you can assign all the company codes to one company, but one company cannot be assigned to multiple company codes. Okay, vice versa. Let me see that also. So when I come to the edit, copy, delete, check company code. When you come to the edit, copy, delete, check company code, edit is a change, copy is nothing but where you're going to be doing the copy from the one company code to another company code. Delete is nothing but when I can delete the company code if no transactions are posted. If no transactions are posted, I can delete the company code. If any transaction was updated and posted at a company code level, those company codes cannot be deleted. Check the company code. Okay, at any time I can go and do the check of the company code. Okay, so let me go into the IMG activity. So here we have two options are there. One is copy, delete, check company code. Another one is going to be called as the edit company code. Copy, delete, check company code. Another one is going to be called as the edit company code. So we have to create a company code. We are not copying or we are not deleting or we are not checking. We are creating a new company code. So choose the second one. Choose the second one, edit company code data. And here we have an option called as a choose. Click on choose. Okay, click on choose. So there are 192 company codes already created. 192 company codes already created. Okay, we have to create a new company code. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to go to a new entry. And here we are going to be creating the company code. We are going to be creating the company code. A company code should be created with any 4-character code, not more than 4 characters. A company code can be created with any 4-character code. So I'll be creating one company code. My company code will start with HP10. HP10. Example, this is my company code from today onwards. Okay, we are going to be using the company code called as the HP10. So I'm writing here HP. Okay, HP hardware components. Okay, this is my company name. HP hardware components. City. Is it the same city, Mahesh, where we have given the company city? So company is the difference. Company codes are different. Only the assignment will tell about these company codes belongs to that company. But the city, country, currency, and the language you are going to be specifying, these are going to be called the company code address. I told just now, you may have multiple company codes based on the region wise or a country wise, or in one country you have a multiple company codes. For example, if I take a US, in US I want 2 company codes. Yes, you can create a 2 company codes. Okay, but the regions are going to be the difference. Regions are going to be the difference. So here This address, the additional data, what you're going to be entering, this is going to be called as a company code address, not the company's address. Very, very important. So what is the city? Okay. So for example, I'm creating a company code for US. Okay. So it is a US region. Okay. So I'm going to be giving that city. Okay. Albert Street. Okay. I'm just giving here. Okay. City. Okay. New York. Country. Okay. Country US. And the currency here I'm going to be taking is the USD, and the language I'm going to be taking as English. Now this currency is called as your local currency now from today onwards for this company code. This currency is called as your local currency. Always now you have to remember that. The currency code is not dependent on the country. Yesterday I told that. Currencies are going to be maintained in a different table, ticker, C table, and company countries are defined in a T001C5 table. Okay, so very, very important, T005 table. So there is no dependency on the currency and the country. Okay, so the currency which you have maintained at a company code level, this is what exactly you call it as a local currency. The local currency for which company code? It is for the HP10 company code from today onwards. Local currency. Now, there is a concept called as the address, which is very, very important for the output. Okay, you have to maintain a complete address for a company code. Now, when I click on the address sheet, Now, this is a complete address you have to maintain for a company code. Why this address is going to be required? This address is going to be required for a two different purposes. One is to maintain this address for the output whenever you're taking a printout or something like in any output form, something like customer output or vendor form. I want to have a complete address at the footer level. Very, very important. So you're going to be maintaining what is the company. Company is also called, okay, company. Okay, so what is that? Okay, HP. Okay, HP is hardware, components. Okay, so if you want to search your company with any search item, no, okay, there is only one company by the name HP. Okay, don't want to give any search item because it is the time waste. Okay, street. Okay, Albert, something like I'm giving a street, Albert Avenue. Okay, the house number. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. The postal code 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, yesterday I told that the postal code should be either 5 or 10. Okay, city, New Jersey or New York, whatever. Okay, so I'll be giving it the New York. Now here, if you see here, the country code is a mandatory. If you see here, there is a mandatory. This field is a mandatory field. If you find any, okay, right tick mark here, means this field is a mandatory. Country code is a mandatory. Okay, these all the components, whatever the Albert Avenue, whatever the street number, post box number, postal code, street, everything, these are not the mandatory, but the country is a mandatory in the company code. Can somebody tell you why the country is a mandatory?
So
Any
taxes and other validations are based on country.
Correct. Very good. So why the country is going to be the mandatory for every company code means, okay, very, very important. For every country, we are maintaining some legal tax procedures. For every country, for US, we have a different tax procedure for calculating the input and output tax. For India, we are maintaining a different tax procedures. For Australia, we are maintaining a different tax procedures. So the trade procedures are different from one country to another country. Very, very important. So when you are defining the country, when you are defining a company code, the country what you are specifying here is a mandatory. What happened if I leave this field empty? Okay. If I leave this field empty, what happens? The system will stop posting the transactions from tomorrow onwards. No, you cannot post any kind of transactions. It will give an error message. Okay, country is not maintained in a company code. This is a mandatory actually. So why it is a mandatory? As I told you that the country field in a company code is a mandatory for the global trade statement purpose, for the global trade, for the income, for the tax procedures, where we are going to be maintaining some procedures for this country. Okay, I'll show that. Yesterday also I showed that, but I'll show that. Okay, so we are maintaining a country US. The region is not a mandatory. In US, there will be so many regions will be there. See, these all are going to be called as Alaska, Alabama, California, something like Florida, Georgia. Okay, okay. So these all are going to be called as the regions. Okay, so I can select one region. Okay, because it is going to be called as a New Jersey or a New York. Okay, whatever maybe. So I'm selecting the NY as a region. Now, already you have given the region, you already given the country, then is it a mandatory to give the region here, Mahesh? What is the purpose of the region? Anybody? What is the purpose? Anyhow, I already maintained the country here. Is it a mandatory to give the region?
Related to region, yeah, taxes, state taxes.
For the taxes, intra-company, intra-state transactions, where the taxes are going to be the different. Tax decision codes are going to be maintained at a region-wise. Tax decision codes are maintained at a tax region-wise. Yes, it is a mandatory. It is a mandatory for the country US. The region has to be maintained here. Very, very important. Very, very important. Now the country has been given. Now SAP, what it will do? I will open a new session. New session. Now SAP, what it will? It will go to the country now. Okay, SPRO, IMG, SAP NetViewer, yesterday's class. Okay, general settings, set countries, define the countries in my SAP. Now, if I go to the country US, if I go to the country US, if I select the country and go to the details, here I can see this is my country. Okay, US. Now for this country, very, very important here, there is a procedure we are maintaining. This is what exactly the tax procedure. How the taxes has to be get calculated. What is the percentage of the tax, everything. This is got exactly we maintain as a tax procedure. If the country is not maintained with a procedure, if the field is empty here, if the field is empty, if the country is not maintained with the procedure, then whatever the country you are going to be assigned for a company code, then it is not given any value to the proportion. Very, very important. No value to this particular country if you are maintaining the country in a company code. Why? Because the country is missing with the procedure assignment here. How the taxes has to be get calculated for the country US, that is very, very important. So these all are going to be called as the procedures. We call them as the tax procedures. These all are the tax procedures. I'll show where to define. So these all are going to be called as the tax procedures. So which tax procedure you are going to be maintaining? For every country level, there is a different tax procedures are maintained here. Is it usually for the same thing for the US also we have a different tax procedure. So I'm assigning the tax procedure US. So this is a mandatory. This is a very, very mandatory field when you are defining a country. Very, very important. Why? Because the country is also called as legal trade procedure. Very, very important. Legal trade procedure for the taxation purpose. So it is a mandatory that every country should be assigned with one procedure. No, you cannot assign multiple tax procedure. Every country will have its own tax procedure. So where you are assigning the tax procedure. So if I go back here, if I go back here, we have an option called as the financial accounting. In the financial accounting, we will go to the financial accounting global settings. In the global settings, what you do, you will go for a tax on sales and purchase. In the global parameters, so something like in the global settings, we'll come and discuss. Okay, what is the global settings we'll be discussing? There is separate classes are there. So under the global settings, we have called as the tax on sales and purchase. In the tax on sales and purchase basic settings, in the basic settings here, you are going to be checking the calculation procedure, which is going to be called as a tax calculation procedure. Tax calculation procedure. So already the procedures are already defined. Okay, the procedures are already defined. If you see here, these all the procedures are already defined here. So a lot of procedures are there. Okay, these all are going to be called as the procedures. SAP standard, SAP is going to give you the standard procedures. Okay, so if not, you have to create your own procedure also. It depends upon the requirement. These all are going to be called as the procedures. In that, one of the procedure what we are going to be talking called as a tax US. This is the procedure I assigned to my country US just now. So if I go to the tax procedure, if I select the tax procedure, if I click on the control data, this is how the steps are defined. So the base amount, from the base amount, what type of taxes has to be get calculated. Okay, from which step to which step, what is the tax is going to be, whether it's a manual or it is going to be anything. So these are going to be called as the steps in the tax procedure. So you are defining one procedure actually, how the taxes has to be calculated. How the taxes has to be get calculated. This is the procedure you are going to be defining. So this is the procedure what you are going to do. You are assigned to a country where you are assigning here in the step number 2. In the step number 2 here we have an option called as the assign country to the calculation procedure. So when I go to the assignment, here what is happening here for the country, whatever the country you are defined in a company code, this country always should be assigned with the tax procedure. That is the reason the country field is always mandatory while you're creating the company code. The country field is always going to be mandatory while you're creating the company code, where the remaining fields are optional, but the country should be maintained. Very, very important. And what is the post box number for the reconfirmation for the 1, 2, 3, 4 postal code 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and language, telephone number, anything. If you want to expand your address, you can also expand your address. Okay, more details fields are available. So you can see here, if you click on the more details, you can find the more details. If you want to enter the building code, care of, street number 2, street number 3, street number 4, or other city, something like, you can expand and you can exit other fields also by minimizing it. Depends upon, okay, whether the address is more elaborated, you can expand, otherwise not required. Now here,
question.
Yeah, please.
So we are defining currency, country in header and here also. So 2 times is required. It should be same.
It should be the same. Exactly. The country should be maintained at a header level and the country should be maintained at an item level. Why? Because the header information is only tells about the reporting, but the country, whatever the country you are maintaining here, this is for the tax procedure, for the posting report. I don't want any tax. Whatever the country you are maintaining, it doesn't matter. But the country you are maintaining in the detailed address sheet is a mandatory. Why? Because if I don't update the country in the address sheet, very, very important. The first point is nothing but I cannot proceed with any kind of tax calculations, and also the system will not allow you to post any transactions.
Okay, thanks.
So the country maintaining in the address sheet is important for me, very, very important. That is the reason here you cannot leave the field empty. See, there is important tick mark is there. So this field is a mandatory. You should not leave this field empty. So if I'm trying to enter also, it is throwing in a fill out all the required field. That is the reason I have to maintain the required fields here. You should not leave it empty. Now press enter. So you're maintain the address. If you want to recheck the address, again click on the address and you can recheck the address before you save the data. So enter. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to be saving the company code. Okay, so just check it out whether all the details have been properly entered or not. Okay, I'm saving the company code. I'll tell you what is this customizing request, everything. Okay, don't worry, I'll tell that. Now I'm saving it. See, the data was saved. Means you have created a company code now. We have created a company code. As usual, if you have multiple company codes, I can create the multiple company codes. Now, what happens after you create the company code? So just we have to go to the, you have to close. Now you have to close the definition. You have to close the definition and you have to go to the assignments. Now you have to provide the relationship between the company codes and the country. Very, very important. So the definition is over. We have created the company and we have created the company code, but where you're going to be providing the relationship by assignment. So assignment, in the assignment, we'll come to the financial accounting. In the financial accounting, here we have an option called as assign company code to company. Is it a mandatory step? No, it is not a mandatory. If some projects will be there, some projects will be there. Okay, those projects are going to be like this. Okay, there will be only, they don't want any kind of cross company code transaction. They don't have the concept of cross company code transactions. Actually, they don't have any kind of They don't want any kind of cross company code transaction. They don't have the concept of cross company code transactions, and the controlling also should be defined at a company code level. They have the requirement. If that is the case, what I'm going to do, if you have multiple company codes are there, HP10, HP20, and HP30, like this, you have a multiple company codes are there. Then for each and every company code, I'm creating a separate company. I'm creating a separate company, HP01, separate company, HP02, HP03. See here, different companies are created. HP1 is the one company, HP2 is another company, HP3 is the one company. Okay, and these are the corresponding company codes I created. These are the corresponding company codes. Okay, so I'm assigning the company to company code. So this is what exactly where you are going to be creating for each and every company. You're going to be creating a one company code, separate company code. So if this is the reason, then the assignment of company to company codes is a mandatory, very, very important. Why? Because you're creating only one company to one company code. Then there will be no cross company code transactions are there. No, you cannot go for cross company code transaction. What does it mean? That if I want to do the cross company code transaction between the company code from the HP10 to HP20 and HP20 to HP30. No, so this is HP30, not 20. This is HP30. So if you want to do the cross company code transaction, no, cross company code transactions cannot be possible. Why? Because if you want to do the cross company code transactions, all the company codes should belong to the same company, not the different company. Very, very important. If you don't have the concept of the cross company code transactions, if the requirement is like that, I want a different company code for a company. Then very, very important here, then there is no need to do any kind of assignment of company to company code. Why? Because you have only one company code to one company, one company code to one company, one company code to one company. You don't want to have any consolidation report. Why do you require the consolidation report at a company level? Because only one company is there. Why do you require the consolidation? If you have multiple company codes are there, if all the company codes I am assigning to the same company, if the company codes are having a different local currencies, then I need to have a consolidation here at the company level. Very, very important. So in the assignment, when you come to the company, okay, when you go to the company code to the company here, see here, you will find the multiple company codes. You can see there are multiple company codes are there. You are assigning the company codes to the company, not to the company codes. Not company to the company code. So if I go to my company, what is my company? HP, something we have given here. HP10 is our company code. Example I'm telling. HP10 is our company code. So what is your company here? You are assigning the company code to the company. So here there are multiple companies are there. We have created one company yesterday. So there are company. Okay. So if I go and find here in the alphabetical order, okay, this is my company. Yesterday we have created, what happened? HP. Somebody, anyone has deleted or what? What the company?
HP is there, Mahesh.
HP, yes.
Yeah, sorry. See here, this is my company. This is my company. HP Hardware Components is nothing but a company. Now here, I'm assigning my company to my company code. This is where exactly the relationship is given. For example, this is also your company. Example, there is one more company code is there. I will be assigning the same company. HP means one company with multiple company codes. Very, very important concept here. Two company codes are assigned to the same company. Or if you don't want to assign the company to another company code. Okay, so for example, I don't want to assign, I want to assign only one company code to one company. This is also possible. Now you're going to be saying, this is where exactly you're providing the assignment. Very, very important. This is where exactly we are providing the assignment between the company code to the company here. So like this, if you have a multiple company codes are there, if you have multiple company codes, all the company codes, if I want to assign to the same company, then here you have to define what is the company and what is the company codes you want to assign to the company code. Then the consolidation is possible for you to at a company level with a global currency called as 60. with a global currency called as 60 is nothing but your global currency. Very, very important point. Very, very important point. Now, once you assign this, exactly, I'll tell you what it is. Okay, customizing request. I told you, I promise I'll tell that. Okay. Once you define the company, now well, let me go to the company code now once again. We already created the company code and we have created the company and we have done the assignment. Now, if I go to the company code HP10, if I go to my company code HP10, now tell me now what is this currency is called as?
Local currency 10. Company code currency.
Company code currency, not the global currency. It's a company code currency. It's also called as local currency. What is the currency type?
10.
10. Very good. 10 is going to be called as a company code currency. Now let me go to the currency types now. If I come to the currency types, here we have an option called as a 10. See. What is the 10? 10 is going to be called as a company code currency. Very, very important. And these company code currencies are maintained at a global level. Definitely 100%. Same company code currency can be, say, the company code currency type never changes. If you have 100 company codes or 200 company codes. So whenever you see any company code currency, the currency type is always going to be the 10. So it is 100%, it is maintained at a global level. If you see here, it is going to be called as a global level, not at a company code specific. We are maintained at a global level. It is not company code specific. I cannot tell that, hey, don't use this currency type for other company codes. This is for my currency only. No, how you can tell that? This is a global. No, this is a global type of currency setting. Now, if I go to the global type here, if I go to the global type, global currency conversion setting, here you can see here. Here you can see here, very, very important. The currency is already maintained here. You can see the currency type is going to be called as a 10, which you are going to be calling it as a global currency conversion. And the source currency here always going to be your 00 only. Last class, you remember my last class. Whenever I see any currency conversions are going to be happened, here it is going to be the USD, here it is going to be the INR, and here it is going to be the AUD. Example, there are AUD. There are 3 company code currencies are there for each and every company code. The type is same. The company code currency type is same. 10, 10, and 10. There is no change in the company code. That is the reason we are maintaining it at a global level, not a company code specific. At a global level, we are going to be maintaining. Now, whenever you are doing any postings in HP10 company code, HP10 company code, is it the local currency postings or a foreign currency postings? What is the source currency? Definitely. The conversion between the local currency to the non-local currency always should be based on the source currency or not. What is the source currency? Your source currency always should be your document currency. Your source currency always should be your document currency. What is the document currency? Document currency can be anything. If you are posting the transactions, which is the same local currency or a foreign currency. Very, very important. So what is the source currency? Always you should maintain for the company code currency. The source currency always should be 00. This 00 is nothing but your local currency, sorry, your document currency. Very, very important point. So for the currency conversion settings, whenever I do the currency conversion settings between the USD to the posting currency, that is the document currency. For example, my document currency is the euro. My document currency is the euro. Example, for one transaction, I posted the transaction not in the local currency. I posted in the foreign currency. The foreign currency is called as the euro. Then what happened? How the conversions are going to be happened between the local currency to the euro? How the conversions are going to be happened from the foreign currency to the euro? It is based on the document currency or not?
Yes.
It's completely based on the document currency. If I don't take the reference of my document currency as a source currency for my company code, then I cannot do the conversion. Definitely, I cannot do the conversion here. I cannot do the conversion between the source currency to the document currency. This is what important step here. So there are 2 types of conversions I told you, direct and second one is indirect. Direct currency conversion always will be from the foreign currency to the local currency. What is my foreign currency here? Euro. That is 0000 that is euro to somebody can tell me
USD.
to
10 USD.
10 USD. This is one currency conversion. So what is the USD here? Your local currency or not? Your local currency is 10. Very, very important. Then the local currency conversion should happen on the document currency. What is the document currency? Euro. Second, in the second one, okay, 10 USD to 00, it is euro. So the source currency is never changing. The source currency always will be your document currency only, either in the direct quotation or indirect quotation. The conversion between the foreign currency to the local currency and the local currency to the foreign currency, the source remains same here. The source is what exactly which is going to be called as the euro in this example. In this example, I'm telling the source is going to be called as a euro. Very, very important. The source always I'm maintaining it as a euro here. If I don't have the source currency, can I update any conversions between the source currency to the local currency? No, it cannot be possible. That is the reason what I'm telling to my system, the source currency to my local currency always should be my document currency, that is the 00. Very, very important point. Very, very important point. If you don't update the source currency, the conversions cannot be happen, even though if you have maintained the exchange rates. No.
So Mahesh, just a quick question on this.
Yeah,
That
please.
source currency 00, where is it maintained? What currency it can accept?
What currency it can be accepted?
No,
So
like
what-
we must have defined it somewhere. Okay, 00. When we're saying source currency, where is that that currency is coming from? Like, are we saying okay 00 we have put down as a euro, or will it accept any currency?
Okay, for example, I'll tell you. For example, I'll tell you. Now, what is my local currency type, sir? 10. I'm right?
Yep.
Local currency type is a 10. How many company code currencies you have in this example?
3.
3. What are they?
Euro, INR, AUD.
USD, INR, and AUD. So for all these, can I call all these 3 are going to be called as the local currencies, sir?
Yes.
So all the company codes are having the same local currency or different local currency? Different. Okay. So if I give the currency as a USD here, example, what is happening? And the source currency I given it as a 00. What happens?
It can
Anybody in the class,
accept
not one. It's not a question for one particular friend. It is for everybody.
So under 00, it can accept any currency which is already in ticker, right? Because if there is a new currency, also a new
Okay.
currency, then SAP might throw in. that it is
Exactly. Yes, you're correct. Example. Okay, I'll tell you that. So now you have given the currency code as a 10 and you have given the currency as a USD. This is not the source currency. This is the company code currency you're giving. So if I'm restricting my company code currency with only one currency, that is USD, not for the INR and not for the AUD, then you are doing a blunder mistake here. Very, very important. If you have a multiple company codes with a different local currency, why you are restricting your local currency with one currency type?
It should be blank.
Then I'll tell, sir. Very good. Yes, it should be the blank. Then what is your source currency? Your source currency can be anything. Your source currency can be euro. Your source currency can be the same as your local currency. Your source currency can be INR. Your source currency can be USD or AUD. When you can call it as a source currency, when you are going to be called as source currency, when the transactions are getting posted. Very, very important. Transactions posted in which currency? Posting in which currency is nothing but your source currency. See, I'm highlighting one important point called as in which currency. The source currency can be anything. Your source currency can be same as local currency. Your source currency can be different currency, not equal to your local currency also. So when I can call it as a source currency, when you're posting the transactions to that particular company code. Are you getting my point, all of you?
Mahesh, in
here
fact,
00 is the 00 also configured somewhere?
No, that's what I'm telling. Source currency cannot be configured anywhere. Source currency can be any currency. If you're going to be configuring something, means you are going to be restricting the source currency also. No, I cannot predict the source currency can be the euro only. The source currency can be the USD. Any kind. I'm doing a lot of foreign currency postings. There are foreign vendors are there, foreign customers are there. I'm doing a lot of foreign currency posting. I don't know in which currency I'm posting the transactions. So the source currency, that is the reason it is maintained with a 00, which can be applicable for any type of currency. That is the reason the source currency is always maintained with 00. But if you maintain the USD, then the source currency conversion can only happen to the USD, not other currencies. Very, very important. Then it will only accept the local currency USD only. It will not accept INR, it will not accept the AUD, it will only accept the USD only. So that is the reason you should not maintain any currency type here. Leave the field as a empty. Don't maintain, because your local currency can be anything. Because the company code currency is set at a global level, not at a company code level. Very, very important. Just now, before that, I showed that it is a global level, not a company code specific. If it is a company code specific, then I'll tell you what you have to maintain your currency. Example. If you come to the currency type, where is the 10? 10. You are maintained at a global level. You're not selecting this particular checkbox. No, Mahesh, I want a separate, the currency should be defined for the reporting purpose. For the consolidation, I want a different currency, Mahesh. Very good. You're not using the standard SAP currency code. You are creating a new currency code. The new currency code is YC example. Just like a 10, 11 to 40, 60, how we are using. I'm creating a new currency code for the reporting. I want a new currency type, Mr. Mahesh. Very, very important. And this is only specific to my company code only, not for other company code. This is the requirement for my company code for HP10. I'm okay, not for other companies. Should not impact other company codes. Then if that is the reason, you need to select it as a company code specific, not as a global level. You need to select the checkbox. Then if it is a company code specific, then I'll come here. There is an option called as the currency conversion settings for a company codes, not at a global level. Not at a global level. I'll come to the currency. I'm selecting my currency YC. You can see this is the selection. I'm selecting my currency YC. I'll go to the currency conversion settings for a company code. So I can go to the new entry, and here I'll be giving my company code here. What is your company code? HP10. See, HP10, it is only for HP10. What is the currency type? What is the currency type? YC. YC. What is the currency? Very, very important here. This is where I can maintain. I can give my individual currency here. This is my currency, local currency. Very, very important. This is my reporting currency. Very, very important. I can restrict now because I don't want to leave this field empty. This is the USD or in euro, whatever may be. And what is the source currency now? Tell me now.
10.
Very good. Excellent. It is a 10. It should not be the 00. Why 10? Why not 00?
Maintaining at the company code level.
That is excellent. You are maintaining at a company code level. Already you have the company code currency, na? That is a 10. So you're taking the source currency as a 10. So what is your reporting currency? The reporting currency you're maintaining in euro. You want the reports in euro. The conversion should happen from the source currency to the euro. But in my previous example, here, if I go here, if I see my company code settings, if I see my currency type, where is the currency type 10? Here. The currency type 10 is set at a global level. So if it is a global level, then that is the reason I'm taking the 10 and my source currency cannot be the 10 here. My source currency can be 00. It can be any currency. 00 is not specific to one currency. We are not defining the currency code to the 00. No, you never defined any currency code here. No, your 00 is a universal. 00 is a universal. You cannot restrict the 00 with euro, or it is only INR, or it is only USD, or it is only GBP. No, you cannot restrict like this. Because it is common for all the company codes, not for single company code. It is common for all the company codes. So you cannot restrict the 00 with any currency. So you should leave this field empty. No, you cannot restrict it. It should be the 00. It should accept any currency. If it is the any currency, Mr. Mahesh, if it is the any currency, then how it is going to be taken? It depends upon the posting of the transaction. For example, if I take HP10, yesterday I told that I'm posting some transactions, travel, expenses, account, debit to cash or bank account credit. So which company code you are using? I'm using the same company code, HP10. So HP10, what is your local currency? USD. So I'm posting in 100 USD dollars. 100 USD dollars. 100 USD dollars. For this, do you require any kind of exchange rate types should be maintained for this transaction? Anybody?
No,
No. Why?
No.
because it's same, currency is same. So there's no
Exactly.
conversion
Your
involved.
local currency
Yes, indeed.
and your local currency and the document currency both are going to be the same. Now, for the same company code, if I'm posting the transaction other than my local currency, travel, expenses, account, debit, not in USD, but I'm posting in euro. For something like I'm posting in euro. Euro is not your local currency. Euro is nothing but your foreign currency. So euro is nothing but your document currency or not? In this case,
Yes.
I'm posting another transaction now. I'm posting another transaction. Travel, expenses, account, debit with, okay, with 5,000 INR, not your same company code. No change in the company code. HP10 only. HP10 only. So here, the local currency always will be my USD, but my transaction currency, that is my document currency, is the euro in the one transaction and INR in the second transaction. Very, very important point. So are you going to restrict your 00 with any of the currency? No. But
Mahesh, so sorry, a question against this turn. So
yeah,
is
please.
the translation will be taken care by the exchange rate in this case?
Exactly.
When you're posting it in the...
That's the point. Yes, very good. Yes, then you need to maintain that. If you're posting only in euros, Mahesh, I don't have any INR, then only maintain the direct quotation, indirect quotation between the local currency to the foreign currency and foreign currency to the local currency. Enough. If it doesn't have any postings in INR. No, Mahesh, we also have the postings in foreign currency INR. Then you need to define one more exchange rates for the INR to the USD and USD to the INR. Thus, we call it as source currency. Any doubts?
When Mahesh, another question really, when you're posting a document, it brings up your company code. So are you still posting a document on the company code level still?
Definitely, 100%. Very, very important. Okay, see, when any document you are posting in SAP, any transactions you are making in SAP, definitely, my dear friends, you are maintaining at a company code level only. No transactions cannot be posted without the company code. Company code is a legal entity. Then you can ask me one question. Then you can ask me a question now. Okay, Mahesh, you are taking a company code. Very good. You are taking a company code. HP10 is nothing but a company code. I know what is my local currency. My local currency is a USD. But how do the system knows that? Are you maintaining these exchange rate types at a company code level, Mahesh? For example, yesterday we had a class on that. So OB08, if I go to OB08, if you go to the OB08, it is a bank exchange with M, okay, between USD to Euro or whatever you are maintaining here. Okay, whatever the whatever you're maintaining. What, sir? What?
Okay.
Sir, if somebody is not talking, can you mute your call, please, if you don't mind? Yeah. Thank you. I'm maintaining the exchange rate type M. Yesterday I told that. What is M? M is the bank average. But have you given any company code here? Entire the screen you can see. Are you finding any company code? No. Company code is not maintained. But I am taking the exchange rate of the conversions always should come from the not from the B, not from the. There are three exchange rate types I told. One is a M, another one is B, another one is S. M is the bank average, B is the bank selling, and S is going to be called as the bank buying. That okay, M is always you're going to be taking the average between the bank selling and the bank buying. So here I'm maintaining the M exchange rate. I want to consider M, not B and not S. Very, very important point. Very, very important point. I don't want to take B and I don't want to take S. Always my currency conversion setting should always will be happen on the M only, between the USD to Euro. Or the second one is between the Euro to direct quotation. M, Euro to, this is the direct quotation. Between the foreign currency to my local currency. It should always happen between M only, Mr. Mahesh. Very, very important. Not S, not B. Then how do your company code knows that? How do your company code knows that your currency conversion is maintained at a M level? Definitely, this is a brilliant question. Thanks for asking this question. How do the company code, whenever I'm posting any transactions, or whenever I'm posting any transactions, not in the USD, I'm posting in Euro. How do the company code knows that? You are maintaining the transaction types, or you are maintaining the HP10. Okay, you are maintaining the transactions at a company code level, not at a global level. How do the SAP know that this is the M type? I should consider the M type, not as the B, not as the S.
Configuration.
Where?
Company code currency.
Same thing. Very good. Same thing. I'm coming to the global company code currency. Here you can see here, because currency type is a 10. Here I'm going to be maintaining the exchange rate. This is very, very important here, my dear friends. Exchange rates you are maintaining at what level? Exchange rates I'm maintaining at the M level. M is nothing but standard translation average. So when you are updating with M, the system will go and check what is the exchange rate that maintained as on date of Euro to USD. What is the amount? It is 1.700. For example, today is 30th. Okay, today is the 30th or 1st of October, whatever maybe. Okay, some simple example. 01/10/2021. Today's date is a October 1st. Today is the October 1st. So today I'm maintaining here. Okay, M exchange rate type Euro to INR. It is not 1.7. I got the exchange rate spreadsheet from my bank. It is 1.560 something is there, Mr. Mahesh. So this is my latest exchange rate on 01/10/2021. Very, very important. See, I given the new date. Last one is 23/8/2021, but the latest one is 01/10/2021. So whenever I'm posting any transaction, the system will consider the latest translation date, that is 01/10/2021. If you're leaving this translation date as a empty. Very, very important.
And
very,
another
very
thing, Mahesh, one quick thing, when you're posting this document in the source currency sort of thing, like, and if you have not maintained the exchange rate type, what will system will do then?
The system will throw an error. Here you will get an error. Exchange rate types are not maintained for a company code for the transaction M.
So exchange rate type configuration is mandatory
Missing,
in that case.
is missing. It will take up the latest one, whatever the latest one, if you have forgotten to. For example, if I given the translation date as, for example, if I given the translation date as 30/09/2021 example. The translation between the local currency, that is USD to Euro, I given, the system should consider 30/09/2021, yesterday's date. But do you find any translation date with 30 here? Do you find any translation date with 30 here? If I go to the Euro to USD up to till here. This is from the Euro to another currency. Okay, Vietnam, okay, something like, okay. So do you find any 30 date here? No. Then the system will give an error message. That is nothing but translation date for the currency conversion for 30 is not specified in the exchange rate spreadsheet. So that is what exactly you are maintaining. If you leave this field empty, example, if I'm leaving this field empty, the system will go and identify what is the latest conversion rate you are given for the M. The latest conversion rate you are given on 01/10/2021, it will pick up this rate, not this rate. Very, very important.
And is it, Mahesh, this is not maintained at the company code level. Did you say that? This one?
This is not maintained at a company code level, but while you are defining the currency settings, you are maintaining at a company code level. This is what exactly your currency conversion setting 10 to the document currency should be converted at what exchange rate type. Whether you want to take M or G or B, what exchange rate type you want to take, you have to specify here. Very, very important. Clear, sir? No?
And another thing, really, if you have a what do you call, if you, no, sorry, that's all right. No, what I was trying to understand, if you have a company in like company code in Australia and
Okay.
you have another company code in US
Okay.
or India,
Okay,
will
see.
that exchange rate will work because you're working on the same client?
So for example, sir, you have a company code in US and you have a company code in India. Okay. But the postings are happened at what level, sir? Your postings are happened at a company code level or global level?
It will always happen at the company code level.
Exactly. You're coming to the point. It will always exactly happen at a company code level only. Definitely, you're absolutely right. So if it is going to be happening at a company code level, the system, what first it will do? What is the currency you have maintained for a company code is a mandatory for me. Very, very important. So this currency is going to be called the local currency or not for me. So if you're posting to the HP10, then it will go and look out HP10 currency, local currency to the foreign currency. If you're posting to INR, then it will look what is the local currency to the foreign currency. It doesn't depend upon the company code. Your exchange rates, whatever you're maintaining is not company code level. It can be any exchange rate, but you're maintaining the exchange rate types here. These exchange rate types you're maintaining for the currency conversion setting at a global level or at a company code level. Very, very important. You take any company codes, it doesn't matter. If you have 30 company codes or 40 company codes, it doesn't matter for me. If each and every company code is having a local currency, excellent. That is very good. But I'm not bothered about in which source currency you're posting. But whatever the source currency you're posting, have you maintained that exchange rates in the spreadsheet or not? The system will first go and consider on what basis? On the basis of the 10. For example, I'll tell you one example. There is a currency type called as the YC. There is a currency type called as the YC. Just now you told that. Okay, just now we are coming. So for HP Mahesh, okay, this is company code level I'm maintaining. This is company code level. So I am giving a one more currency type called as the YC. Okay, for my company code. For my company code HP10, example, I'll take a HP10. So I already have the local currency. I already have the 60 as a global currency. I already have the 30 as a group currency. Very, very important point. Very, very important point. So I'm just dividing this three. What is your local currency? Now, all of you have to tell me now. All of you have to tell me now. Example. So if I take HP10. Now I am just putting here. I just want to remove this. Okay, now tell me now. Take HP10 in this example. In this example, what is the local currency? First one, 10. What is the local currency? 10?
USD.
USD. Is there any change? No. Next one. What is your 60? 60 is also USD or not? If I go to my company, if you are assigning the company code, if I'm assigning to my company code to my company, if I'm assigning my company code to my company, where is my company? Here, HP. This is my HP. What is your currency you have assigned here? USD. So your global currency is also 60. 60 is nothing but global currency, company code currency, same or not here in this case. Now come to the third one. What is 30? Group currency. Group currency you are maintaining at a client level or not? If you have all these three company codes, you are configuring in the same client. Very, very important. Group currency is maintained at a top level. This is what exactly the group currency. Group currency example. Okay, group currency is the euro, not USD. Example. So here the group currency is going to be for all the, it is the euro. Now see here, there are three types are there here. Very, very important here. Now I given the three types or different types. Okay, 10, 60, and 30. This is for my company code I'm talking. This is for my company code I'm going to be talking. No, okay, very good. So Mahesh, you have defined three different types of currencies. Okay, can I get one currency type? Can you create one more currency type user defined, that is YC? Example. You can take any two characters. and I want the reports in GBP, Mahesh, Great Britain pound. This is what exactly I want to use it for the reporting purpose, Mahesh, not for any transaction purpose. I want only for the reporting purpose. Can I have one more currency type also? Please, very, very important. Yes, you can have. In SAP S4HANA, you can have 8 freely defined currencies for the reporting purpose. 8 freely defined currencies you can create. Don't worry, I'll show that. So now I'm creating a new currency type. The new currency type is the YC. And for this is the company code specific. YC is a company code specific, and I restricted this currency should be updated only with the GBP. Now, if I go to the currency type, I already have one currency type. This currency type, YC. This is mainly for the consolidation purpose, Mr. Mahesh. Consolidation purpose. But in which currency you want to maintain the consolidation, where you're giving the currency? Oh my God. Yes, then I am selecting at a company code level. Yes, here in the company code specific level, if I go to the currency conversions at a company code level, here I'm telling to my SAP that for my company code HP10, very, very important, the currency is YC, and it has to be updated with GBP, and the currency conversion should happen between local currency only. The source currency I'm taking as a 10. Then the currency conversion between the GBP should be happened with the source currency. Here I'm maintaining the currency type. I'm telling to my SAP that the YC currency, the YC is the currency type for restricting only to the HP. It should happen only with the GBP. Very, very important here. Very, very important. If you leave this field empty, then all the currencies are permitted. Same concept. If I come to the 10, same concept. If I come to the 10, same concept. If I come to the 10, which I set at a global level, you're leaving this field empty. You're not telling to the SAP which currency it has to be get permitted. Very, very important. Global is nothing but which is applicable for all the company codes. So the source currency is going to be the 00 only. No other currencies can I take, because the first currency type is always 10. Before 10, there is no other currency. Before 10, there is no other currency. After 10 only, I have the 60, 30 other currencies. But before the 10, there is no other currency. Definitely, I need to take the currency conversion should be happen between the source currency. The source currency conversion should happen on what exchange rate type? The source currency conversion should happen based on the exchange rate type. I'm giving that the M. So if we go and check the exchange rates, and for the M, what is the today translation date? For the M, today's translation date between the euro to USD as a direct quotation, it is the 1.56. 1 euro is equal to 1.56 USD dollars. Then whenever I'm posting the transaction, then the system will convert my local currency to the euro as on date of 01/10/2021 by default. That is the logic I'm going to be applying here. That is the logic I'm applying the currency exchange rate types and what is the translation date you want to take. So your exchange rate types are not maintained at a company code level. Very, very important here. If you, whatever the exchange rates you're maintaining, it is not at a company code level. You're not restricting to any of the company code. You're not telling a company codes, other company code, don't use M. M is only for HP10 company code. How you can tell HP is only for M company code, sorry, M exchange rate? It's a global level maintenance. It is not a company code level maintenance. It is a global level maintenance.
Mahesh, one question here. Direct quote are here entered daily, but indirect only once. So we should do only once a month, or this also has to be daily, indirect quote?
It should be the daily. It should be the daily.
Okay.
Bank will send you the exchange rate spreadsheet on the daily basis. Direct quotation and the indirect quotation, it should be daily basis. Very, very important. Not as a monthly 1 second.
Okay.
Now, for example, there is a one vendor. He is a foreign vendor, not a local vendor. He is a foreign vendor. So he is supplying my material and he has sent an invoice in euro. 1,000 euros is my invoice amount. Euro. When he sent this invoice, This invoice was sent on 15/09/2021. Very, very important. September 15th, he has sent me an invoice to me for my company code. My company code local currency is the USD. USD is my local currency. He has sent an invoice to me in the euros, not in the USD. On the date of 15/9/2010, the direct quotation is 1.5623 is the euro value. Sorry, USD value. USD value. Very, very important. Based on M. I'm talking about M, not B, not S. On the date of 15/9/2021, the currency conversion rate, exchange rate type I'm taking as M is the 1.5623 is the USD dollars. Now I posted this transaction. When? On 15. Now you have made a payment on 20th. Very, very important. The invoice was received on 15, but you have made a payment on 20th. On the 20th, the rate is different. 1.235 something is there, like this. Okay, 2359. This is same for USD. You have maintained as a direct and indirect quotation. Very, very important, my dear friends. So on 29/2010, the rate is different. The invoice rate is different, and the payment rate is different. So you have made a payment. You have made a payment to vendor. You have made a payment to vendor account for $1,000 for 1,000 euros, but not on the rate of 1.56. You have made a payment as on date of 20th. It is a 1.23. Very, very important. Very, very important. So, is it exchange rate gain or exchange rate loss?
Exchange.
Is it exchange rate gain or exchange rate loss? I think you should give an answer. This is very simple.
Loss.
Loss.
Think about from your side. Think about from your side. You're supplying you're giving a laptop to me. So you're sending a laptop from US to India. I received your laptop. You told that, hey, Mahesh, the cost of the laptop is 100 USD. So you have to make the payment in 100 USD dollars. But when you're making the payment, I'm making the payment on 29/2021. So you're telling me, so on the date of 29/2010, whatever the dollar value, you can make a payment, Mr. Mahesh. Very, very important. So I'm making a payment to you 100,000 USD dollars on the date of 29/2010. So on the 10/10/2010, it is a 1.23. But when you send an invoice, it is a 1.56. It is the exchange rate gain for me. I'm making you the payment less than 1.56 or not?
Yeah, but from the vendor side, it's a loss.
Vendor
for the
side, don't
vendor.
forget about the vendor side. You're a manufacturing company. You have to think that this is what exactly you can call it as the exchange rate.
You're receiving less, right?
Exactly.
You're receiving less.
I'm receiving the invoice. So it is going to be called as the exchange rate gain for me. How much gain? It is the difference between 1.5623 to 1.2356. So it will go, the gain will go here. So you are already realized. There are two things are there: realized, unrealized. Unrealized. Realized is nothing but you already done a payment. So when you are going to do, when you came to know that exchange rate gain, so you are running a foreign currency posting on the month end 30/09/2021. Every month end you will done the foreign currency valuation. So in the foreign currency valuation on 30/09/2021, I came to know that already you made a payment on 20th, but not on the same rate, but you made it on the different rate. Then on 30/09/2021, you already realized it is not open. It still, have you made a payment? Yes, I made a payment. Already the payment was done. Then it is a realized. Then in the realized, it will go and sit in the realized account for the exchange rate gain. No, Mahesh, I have not done the payment till the invoice is still, it is open. The vendor has sent an invoice to me on 15th, but still the invoice is open. I have not done any payments. Very, very important, my dear friend. I have not done the payment. So actually the payment, payment should be done 29/2021, but I've forgotten to make the payment. I have not done the payment. Now, if you are running the foreign currency posting on 30/09/2010, what is the rate? Now the system will consider this rate. On 30 2010, the rate is 1.6589 something is there. Now tell me, is it exchange rate gain or exchange rate loss for me?
Loss.
It's a loss because
Yes.
you have received an invoice on 15th, that is $1.56 rate, but you're not made the payment till on 39/2021. When I'm doing the foreign currency valuation on 31/2019, that is 21, the rate is 1.896. So it is
But,
unrealized. It is a
Mahesh,
yes, sir.
can if we are not paid it, you can use the translation date of 26/15 and pay the invoice, right?
Exactly. That is the second exception case.
Okay.
It depends upon the agreement, what agreement you have been made with the vendor. So it is unrealized. It's an exchange rate loss for me. It is a loss. It is unrealized. Means it's still the open. The vendor invoice is still, it is open. You're not the payment. You're not done the payment to the vendor. It's an unrealized. It's a loss. It will go to the unrealized loss. Your loss. You're in the loss. If you already made a payment on 29/2021, if you're running the foreign currency postings on 30th, so how much payment you have done with the rate of 1.23? Then it is a gain. It is a realized and it will go to the gain. That is the reason, if you see here, that is the reason the exchange rate rates are maintained at a globally, not at a company code level. That is the reason I'm going to be using this foreign currency gain or loss. Now all the doubts are clarified now.
Yes.
What
ma'am.
should what should I take your silence? Either you have been understood completely or not understood.
Understood.
I think there's a lot to capture here, but I think so once we start practicing, we'll get to know more and more. Now, another question I have, Mahesh, again, another question I have, obviously we are talking about normal currency, but what happens with the digital currency? Can we use a digital currency as well?
So there is for the digital currency, you're going to be maintaining actually. So it's a rare cases actually, not in a rare cases. So the digital currency, we are going to be using a separate tool, not in the SAP. There is a separate tool has been given by the SAP. Actually, you're maintaining in the cloud version actually. So earlier, the digital currency is not supported in SAP when you're coming to the SAP ECC. But from the SAP S4HANA, actually for the digital currency process, we are using the cloud application. There's a separate cloud application we are going to be using for the conversions.
Okay,
okay I'll tell that. Okay.
Mr. Mahesh, Mr. Mahesh, a quick question. Maybe we can go over this on like next week, but I just wanted to go over the company codes assignment to the company. So we did. I know you have the drawing there, but I just wanted to see again what would happen if you wanted to assign multiple company codes to one company.
Okay. So if you are assigning a multiple company code, so if I come to the assignment here, if I go to the, okay, I am coming to the enterprise structure. In the enterprise structure, assignment, in the assignment, financial accounting, in the financial accounting, assign company code to company, not company to company code. It is the company code to company. So when you are coming to the company code to the company's assignment, you can assign multiple company codes to one company, but you cannot assign one company to multiple company codes. The reason here is, for example, these all the three belongs to your company code. 4 company codes are there. All the 4 company codes I am assigning to one company. It can be possible. Yes, this is possible. HP, and HP. See, example. So you are assigning multiple company codes to one company means what is happening here? One company is assigned to multiple companies. So there will you have a cross company code transaction between one company code to another company code. Why? Because all these 4 company codes belongs to the same company. Very, very important. And whatever may be, your company code currencies are different. For 0001, the company code currency is a USD. For this one, the company code currency is INR. For this one, the company code currency is a GBP. For this, the company code currency is another currency like Euro. You have a different company code currencies, but all the company codes you are assigning to the same company. The company currency is a 60, which is going to be called as the global. That is USD. No change in that.
So that means when reporting is done at the company level, it'll all be in USD.
Exactly.
Is that what
The
that-
reporting,
okay.
if you want to extract at a company level, that all will be the USD. Whatever the company codes, I don't bother how many company codes you have assigned here. But the reporting, if you want at a 60 level, 60 is going to be called as a global company currency. You will get only one currency, that is 60, that is USD in this example. And if you want a reports at a company code level, then you will get at a company code level currency codes. That is 30, 20, 10, 10, 10.
Okay, okay, got it.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to visit our Vimeo page and follow for more upcoming videos.